All right. All right. Let's start the class. And we start each class by reading chapter 25 from the Circle 7 Holy Quran, divinely prepared by Prophet Noble Juali. We read chapter 5. Let's see, the Holy Covenant of the Asiatic nations. You are in agreement with it. Affirmed by saying Islam after I finish reading. Ye are the children of one father, provided for by his care, and the breast of one mother has given you son. By the bonds of affection, therefore, unite thee with thy brothers and sisters, that peace and happiness may dwell in thy father's house. And when ye separate in the world, remember the relation that bindeth you to love and unity, and prefer not a stranger before thy own blood. If thy brother is in adversity, assist him out. If thy sister is in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy father contribute to the support of his whole nation, and his care be continued to you all in your love to each other. Islam, all right. Oh, how many people heard the broadcast last night? Nobody? You did? Well, you had your hand up? Oh, sorry. Just one. How many of you know that we have a weekly broadcast? Really? All right. Have you been to the RVBey Publications website? All right. On the RVBey Publications website, there's I think it's on the front page, it says Blog Talk Radio. Yeah. Blog Talk Radio. We have a Blog Talk broadcast every Tuesday from 9:30, beginning at 9:30. And we address certain issues. People are able to call in and ask questions. They're calling early, though, because if you wait until 9:25, but usually forget about it. You got to wait for somebody's phone to die. Every Wednesday, we have the Moorish Heritage History School, the first Wednesday, the fourth Wednesday, and if there's a fifth, and there will be next month, we read from a book. The second and the third Wednesdays, we are here at the National Theater. And I hope my earpiece is working right. Somebody text me, let me know that I'm coming over all right. So we're here the second and the third Wednesday. Here, Roz and I, or Roz or I, usually Roz and I, will be here the second. Abdullah, Mosley, Felipe, he's here the third Wednesday, and he touches on amazing etymology and history and law from an amazing perspective. And so, let's see, we're here today. Abdullah will be here next Wednesday. And then every third Thursday, there's Sons of Allah, and that begins at 9 o'clock, and that'll be next Thursday. And then every third Sunday, we have Sisters Standing on Law, and that is at 1 p.m. And this Sunday, we have Sisters Standing on Law that will be airing, so make sure and check that out. Thank you so much. All right. I got a text. Loud and clear. Great. All right. So make sure and check that out. I don't have any markers, and I'm wanting that when Roz gets here, which will be pretty soon, she'll have some markers because I wanted to. You have markers? Oh, fantastic. What I wanted to ask everyone today is a question, because, you know, it's the question that drives the matrix. It's the question that drives you. And hey, You have to ask questions. You have to ask questions of yourself. And the questions that you're going to ask of yourself is going to let you know, it's going to help you to clarify what you think you comprehend. All righty. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, I've talked to quite a few people, I haven't talked to too many people lately because, my mother was sick and then she subsequently passed away. I think this is the first time I've been back since that happened. So I've been gone a while, putting everything on live. Thank you very much, Rod. So I'm back for the first time since my mother passed me, but then my father just passed me this Friday. So here we go again. So the question that I've been asking myself is how many people are really comprehending what has been given? And the question that you're going to ask yourself, because it doesn't matter what situation it is, the question is going to help you get clear on your strategy. If you're not clear on your strategy, you're not going to go anywhere. The key thing when it comes to this information, which is for everyone, not just for Moor, it's for everyone, is you must be prepared. You cannot fly by the seat of your pants. We're at a stage right now where modern Europeans and these corporations, they're very, very, very hungry. You can't come in there and you're not prepared because they will take you completely off the chip. We will never hear or see from you again. It's that serious. It was always like that, but it's even worse now because if you've been paying attention, a lot of these municipal corporations declaring bankruptcy. Have you noticed that? And it's because of the work that many active Moors have been doing, biting the bullet. You have to be studying to challenge these people because they've been doing this for so long that even the people who are imposing or violating your liberty, they think that they're just doing a job. And they don't know why you're resisting. Why do you have a problem? This is my job. Like you go to the bank, fill out a slip, you take out money. This is my job. Why are you giving me grief? Now, does that excuse them? It depends on where your heart is that day. Sometimes I might let you slide if, we can reason. Because my thing is, we reason, talk. I'm not coming in talking nothing but law, right? So, but if we can't reason, then I'm not going to be very nice. I can't reason with you. That means that I got to go to this other place that I don't want to go. And because I have to go to this other place, you're not going to be very nice. But even if you're in that space, you still want to make sure you're safe. I'm so glad that my mother raised me with certain things. Like my mother was like, she read your face so well, and you could get a beat down if she saw contempt or arrogance or sassiness in your face. You can get a beat down. So I learned not to let my face ever show what was going through my mind. Took me a couple of years, many beatings, but once I was released into the world, I had mastered it. Thank you, Mommy. Thank you very much. Because when I get in front of some of these municipal employees, I am poker face. They don't know she's going to do. What she's going to do. So you don't know what she's going to do. And that's what you have to learn how to do. These people, many times, we're so arrogant, not maybe, but we can be so arrogant, they see us coming a mile away. Oh, look at them. They're coming with that nationality. See, that's my, oh, look at them. They got all their papers. Let's just take the papers and tear them up. Now, tell me what the papers say. This is what they're doing. Oh, you're coming with a nationality card. Ah, take the nationality card. Now, what do you got to say? And because people are not prepared, they're failing. You know what their comeback is? Comeback when the papers and the cards go, their comeback is, I'm the most American national. That's their comeback. Even I would say so. So what? I'm here to make money. What are we doing today? Tell me what the papers say. Oh, you can't tell me? I'm telling you, I have had many people that was trying to speak with me. I know many sons who have done this. Many sons who have done this, and they tell me, and when they're telling me their story, I'm like, oh my God. I know a young son, and so he had it all figured out. Got trust. Hold on a minute. Oh, all right. Fix your mic. All right. Maybe I need to put in my other mic. All right. Hold on. Well, I changed my earpiece. Hopefully. Sorry. I can get back to where I was. I got this new phone, so I'm so scared to do anything with it because I haven't had time to really get familiar with it, and I don't want to accidentally hang the phone up. All right. I think I'm good. Or I will be in a minute. All right. All right. Don't do that. All right. It's too late. I just switched Bluetooth. A new device is connected, and it's a newer Bluetooth. I haven't beat it up too much, so it should be good. So let me know if I'm going over well now. No, not. Oh, all right. Okay, so I'm good now. All right, I'm good now. All right, so I know this young son, and and he had a energy, and he was ready. Look, I'm ready to beat anybody down, and that's a good energy to have, but you have to channel it. You can't. So this is not the time for fighting. History has already let us know, as Moors, we know how to whoop butt. Very good. Ain't nobody ever defeated us. Contrary to what the modern European books might be saying, ain't nobody ever beat us. Because all of our fights was with families. So we lost a couple of those family fights, but we ain't never lost a fight to a modern European, never. So this is not the time to be good fighters, because history already tells us that we've always been good fighters. We have to now learn how to reason. That's where the challenge comes in, because you have to think. Everybody, how many people have at least looked at their chart, astrology chart, had a birth chart done? Look, there's no excuse for you Moorish scientists to not have figured out how to spin your own wheel by now. There's so many books. There's online stuff that you can use to just create the wheel for you. You don't even have to draw it by hand like I do. You don't have to do it by hand. But let me tell you what that astrology wheel is going to tell you. It's going to tell you about you. It's going to tell you where your hot buttons are. Wherever your hot buttons are, that's what you need to work on. Everybody is here because they got stuff to work on. Everybody. You're not here because you're perfect. Oh, sorry. That was my alarm. I finally caught it to dismiss it. So everybody is here because they have work to do on yourself. You ain't here to save other people because you can't. Right? You can't. I'm going to explain to you why. How many people have read the first chapter of the Quran? Let me see if I can just, let me see if I can read it, a little bit of it, because I don't want to get too much into it. Time, this is chapter 1, the creation and fall of man. Time never was when man was not. If life of man at any time began, a time would come when it would end. What does that tell you about you? Huh? You, what's that again? You here forever. That's right. Are you here forever in the manifestation? No, because this is a manifestation of your mind. But you are here forever because you are what? The thoughts of Allah cannot be circumscribed. No finite mind can comprehend things infinite. All finite things are subject unto change. All finite things will cease to be because there was a time when they were not. The bodies and souls of men are finite things, and they will change. Yea, from the finite point of view, the time will come when they will be no more. For man himself is not the body nor the soul. He is a spirit and a part of Allah. Created fate gave to man, the spirit man, a soul that he might function on the plane of soul. Gave him a body of the flesh that he might function on the plane of things made manifest. Why did fate give to spirit man a soul that he might function on the plane of soul? Why did creative fate give the soul a body of the flesh that he might function on the plane of things that are made manifest? Now I want to read through. And then there's another paragraph. Well, let me read it. It's not very long. Hear now, you cherubims, you seraphims, you angels, and you men. Hear now, O protoplast and earth and planets and beasts. Hear now, ye creeping things of earth, ye fish that swim, ye birds that fly. Hear now, ye winds that blow, ye thunders, and ye lightnings of the sky. Hear now, ye spirits of the fire of water, earth, and air. Hear now, O everything that is, or was, or evermore will be, for wisdom speaks from out of the highest plane of spirit life. Man is a thought of Allah. All thoughts of Allah are infinite. They are not measured up by time for things that are concerned with time, begin and end. But what was the key point in that? What was the key point? Anybody? We ain't doing church here. This is science, okay? All right. Man is a thought of Allah. Man is a thought of Allah. What is that telling you? That's telling you that with the thoughts of your mind, you're creating. Right? Am I incorrect? Anybody disagree with what I just said? Got a different thought? So with our minds, we create, right? So whatever challenges he is going through right now, good, bad, or indifferent, who created them? Can I change them? Why not? Why not? Yes, but why? Exactly. Our thoughts are different. Now, let me just say this, because I want you to get this. I'm not saying I don't love my son or my sister. I love all my people. But I can't rethink your reality for you. Sometimes you may have wrote the most bangingest riff for your brother or sister, and they don't work. And I don't understand. What happened? It was on point. What happened? They thought and manifested a reality that was not in harmony with what you was thinking and what you put on that piece of paper. Whose manifestation is going to rule? Yours or theirs? Theirs. So this is about us being prepared. Prophet said, I gave you everything to save the nation, now save yourself. Why is that so absolutely correct? Because you can't manifest his world, and you can't manifest mine, and I can't manifest yours. But what I can do is I can read, I can study, and I can fix myself on the inside. Because fixing myself on the inside is going to create a whole different vibration. So when I'm walking down the street and I walk past him or her, they're going to pick up on that different vibration. And they might go home and lie in their bed and think, is this all that life has to offer? There must be more that I'm missing. Let me go and study and look and find. That is power. That is exponential power that can move into critical mass. If we would just work on fixing ourselves. Because the more time you spend trying to fix him or her, you never fix you. That's the issue across the board. Because we got some brothers and sisters, Moorish brothers and sisters, I want to help my people. The best way that you can help your people is to fix yourself. That's the best way. Keep your mouth shut, open your ears because you got two, and open your eyes because you got two. You will see and hear. The Bible says, he who has ears to hear shall hear, and he who has eyes to see shall see. Did he say anything about he who speaks a lot shall win? No. He says, if you quiet your mind, the still silent voice will speak to you, right? That means you got to shut up, right? You got to shut up. Because too many people is talking and not enough people is working on self. And we're all screwed up. We're horrible on the inside, just absolutely dirty and nasty and messy. And we're walking around trying to save outside of ourselves. You can't. That's not your job. Your job is to fix what's on the inside. Because that's why you're here. That's why you're having all these experiences. These experiences are saying one thing. You need to work on self. You need to work on self. You need to work on self. Hey, cool. Work on self. Right? That's what it's about. How many people know folks that got the biggest chip on their shoulder that is crippling them, and you can't do nothing about it? You can't do nothing about it, but you know what you can do? You can just send them some love and move on. That's it. You can't do nothing else. So, all of this, I said all of that to say what? You got to learn how to think. Prophet said, if I can just get you to thinking, you free yourself. I like to ad-lib. If I can get you to thinking, you mess around and free yourself. As if by accident. That's what it's all about. Now, in order for you to be able to free yourself, you have to be objective. You got to know your limitations. You got to not try to push yourself past your limitations. The best way to overcome a limitation is to study whatever that issue is that is limiting right now. Not try to act like, oh, I got this. You don't. You're lacking some information. You don't have it. Not for me, not for you, not for nobody. So please don't make me a part of your issue. Study. So I've been studying. I'm always studying. You know, I'm always behind because I'm trying to study and work and take care of family all at the same time, and it can burn you out real fast, especially if you're trying to save other people. You will burn out. You will crash and burn real fast. All right? So one of the questions that I had to ask people, and I want you to tell me your thoughts. Why are the laws of the state not applicable to wars or anybody? All right, well, Islam versus Arnold. All right. Hold on. Hold on. Get rid of this. Woo-hoo. All right. So, why? Oh, did you see that? Are laws of the can y'all see that? Oh shoot. Let me see. What's that? That's red. Is it? What's the marker? Oh, that's the green. How about this one? Oh God. All right, let me try the blue. How about this one? Oh gosh. You can't see that either, right? All right, well, we'll wait for the other markers to come in. Yeah, even the thick one. We'll wait. We'll wait. All right. So the question is, the question is, are you talking to me? I can't even hear you. Okay, let's stop right there. All right? Let's stop. We keep throwing out this word citizen, okay? So two people think because we're not citizens, right? Okay, the question is why do the laws of the state not apply to Moors or anybody? That's the question. So, all right, so we got citizens and Moors taught them. Anybody else? Now, remember, this is supposed to be law. This is not opinion. This is not, oh, it feels good to me to say this. This is law. That anything that you're saying must be based on law, must be able to produce verifiable documentation. So, I mean, you can give me your thoughtful opinions. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying I want to hear, but let's try to keep it in the realm of law and heritage and, so. All right, that's good. Yeah? They're not constitutional what?
In order for a law to apply to a person, they have to that law, status, there's an umbrella that covers.
Yes.
And like I was raised, like I was raised today, who were under this umbrella. Some people.
Did you hear what you just said? No, I mean in terms of, no. You said, did it rain in Connecticut? Put a pin in that. Who else? That was good, though. Who else? Huh? It's colorable. All right. Anybody else? Stolen land. All right. Oh. All right. So let me see. Hopefully this will be better. Yes. Why do the laws of the state not apply to Moors or people? The question of the day. It's the question that drives you. The question. Why do the laws of the state not apply to Moors or people? Now, we had, somebody said not citizens, right? What else was some of the others? Not constitutional? Unconstitutional. All right? And what did you say? Stolen land. And somebody else said something? Colorable. Colorable. And Sister, you said not under jurisdiction of state. All right. Anybody else? Not laws, statutes, ordinances, and codes. Okay, anybody else? Anyone else? That's it? Huh? So that would be, denying your rights would be violating your liberties, right? Violate liberties. All right. Now, all of these sound real good. These are really good. But they really don't answer why. Why is this? Why is it that these laws don't apply because you're not a citizen, because it's unconstitutional, it's stolen land, because it's colorable, not under jurisdiction of state, not laws, state, not laws, there's statutes on this code, and they're violating liberties. Why? Deep question, huh? Laws of another country? All right, but are they? Why? The Union states must follow the Constitution. But every time they call themselves making a law, which is really a statute, they always say, by the laws of the state, right? Now, what a lot of people don't know is, what is a statute? What is a statute? That's another big question, huh? What is a statute? Don't give me the definitions. I see you going to the Black Law Dictionary PDF real quick, fast, and that's quicker than hurry. No, because let me tell you, you got to know this off the top of your head. Because when you're standing in front of these modern Europeans, you can't, hold on, let me go to the Black Law Dictionary. Because you have to know the spirit. You have to have within you the spirit of your position. Why? Why? If you can't ask yourself any more questions of why and not have an answer based on law that can be verified, documented, you're ready. But if you can't rattle it off when asked, you're not ready. You can't go to the books. I understand where everybody is because I was there. I remember I had to go to my first court appearance visitation back in 2008, and I was like, okay, what do I say if they say this? What do I say if they say that? And what is that? And let me look it up. And there was so much stuff on the internet that was absolutely a lot more purer than it is today. And I found many things that people have written. If they say this, say this. If they see this, say that. Okay, if they say this, I was memorizing everything. Did I have the spirit inside me? Nope. So if they didn't say ask a question on the list, I was lost. And they're doing that. So much now. You know why? Because too many people are interpreting this as a game. It's not a game. I mean, it is a game, but it's not a game. It's not a game to you because this is about your family. This is about your bloodline. It's a game to them because they know you don't know jack about your family, because if you did, you wouldn't be trying to say it's a corporation or it's commerce. They know you don't know about your family because if you did, You would never be coming up in there saying, well, give me the bill of sale. Give me the bill. Give me the bill. Give me the bill so I can discharge it. Discharge for what? Give me the 1099 because, you're doing commerce. So I need my copy of the 1099 so I can discharge it. If you know about your family, you would never go in front of these foreigners and say no crap like that. You would never. You know why? Because what they're doing is human trafficking. You saying, I know you're doing human trafficking, but give me the bill, let me discharge you. Let me give you the money for me. I'm participating in your human trafficking. I'm going to help you along. I got my birth certificate. It's valued at $1,465 million. I can discharge the whole debt of the United States of America Corporation. I can discharge it. I can do that. I'm a Moor. I'm an action. I'm a sovereign. I can discharge that. When you come up in front of these foreigners and you're talking like that, they know, how we got this one right here. We don't mess with him today. Yeah, run up a tab. And when they run up a tab, what does that mean? Put out a warrant, he'll be back tomorrow. That's running up a tab. Because you have demonstrated that you sit here running around talking about, I'm a Moorish American national. And they know more about the Moors than you do. Yes, they do. They know, oh, you a Moor. They be like, he said he's a Moor. Let's see what he has to say. Because, see, everybody knows that if you are a true Moor, you're going to slay them with law. Crucify them. Kill them. Knock them out. They dead. Can't even revive them. They know this. So when you come up in there talking about I'm a Moor, and you talking commerce, hell, this dude is a person that's a Moor. Laugh at that. That's what they think. I was watching, I'm going to find it too. I was watching this modern European comedian years ago. He was talking about the Jews, the Catholics, the Baptists. Then he opened his mouth and he said, I'd talk about the Moors too if I had a better legal team. Everybody knows the Moors, don't mess with them, they will slay you with the law. They don't have to worry about that no more. There's too many people coming up in today's venues talking about I'm a Moor and don't know law, talking commerce. What? They know our history better than we do. You think they're going to tell you? I don't understand why they don't tell me. Why they don't tell me? Because if they told you, you would use it against them. You're supposed to know about your family. Right? Moors come up in there slaying them. Guess what they slay them with? The supreme law of the land. Open up a vein and just let it bleed out. What Moors coming up in there today with? Statutes, ordinances, and codes. According to Title 28, Section 2340, the United States of America is a corporation. And what else was it supposed to be? What else? Come on now. What else? Is it land? Does it breathe? Did it knock you over the head? Did it give you some money yesterday? What is it? Isn't it a corporation? No. What else was it supposed to be? I can show you in the congressional record where it was constructed and established. Verifiable documentation for the stamp on it. I know it's a corporation. How come other people don't know? How many people know the history of the United States of America? Really? I want to hear that in 1933, the United States of America. Oh, no, sorry. People running around talking, Lincoln bankrupted the United States of America and sold them out. Where is that piece of history? I have never heard that. But so what? So that's like saying, let me think. Somebody tell me the name of a corporation that went bankrupt and doesn't exist. Enron. There we go. Enron. Enron went bankrupt and no longer exists. Is anybody like that? It's the same concept. It's the same concept. It's the same concept. But people say, well, United States of America Incorporated went bankrupt in 1933, so you can't ask me for no finance. Right? But here's the thing. What exactly is the United States of America? What is it? Yeah, we know it's a corporation. But what is it, really? What is it? Nobody? It is a legal fiction, but that's what a corporation is. Anybody can go and establish a corporation anytime, any day, anywhere. It doesn't have superhuman powers. It's just a concept. It doesn't even exist. So why is everybody afraid of it? You know why? Because people don't know. Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, study, study, study. Everybody's like, where do I begin? Where should I go? What should I do? Just jump in and keep moving. It don't matter where you start. Just jump in and keep moving. If you really try to study and know, you can't help but to keep moving. Because I guarantee you, who got Blackboard Dictionary? Everybody should have Blackboard Dictionary on their PDF, on their phone, sorry. Unless your phone died like mine. My main phone. I'm trying to transfer everything over. And I want each and every one of you to try this, just as an example. Look up let me think of something easy. Look up national. Look up nation. Look up nation, because this happened to me just last week. I was investigating something. I was like, why is there so much confusion around nationality? So I looked up nationality. Then, when you get there, tell me, what happens when you look up nationality? Let's see if I have it on this phone. Okay. Yeah, nationality. What happened? Nationality. Okay, you're looking at nationality, right? What do you see around nationality? Hello, the word above it. Are we studying? Right? So you went to look at nationality. You noticed the word above it. What's the word above it? And what's the word above that? And what's the word above that? National. What the heck is that? Isn't that study? And now what's the word above that? National domain. What the hell is that? Let's read a couple of these definitions. Read just one of them. Pick any.
The quality of character that describes fact of a person's own expectation.
Hold on. So what might you want to go and look up now? Hey, are we studying? What else might you want to look up? Exactly. Because let me tell you, when you get into this information, this thing called study, and you look up one word, you find out, who's that? I didn't think that's what that meant. I thought I knew a little something. I don't know nothing. You need to look up all these words I've been using. You will be up for days trying to go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep right now. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I only got 2 hours of sleep, and I got to get up at 8 o'clock and go to work. I'm going to go to sleep right now. And if you were like me, you never get to sleep. You try to drink coffee, which you don't even like, to stay awake. And then, if you was like me, you found yourself, even while working, oh, you ain't going to see that. So you don't want nobody to see that because you got somebody where you work that will go run and tell, right? So you got to take it easy. Might run into the bathroom and sit on the toilet for 15 minutes. Because I've done that. Because study had me tripping out of my mind. So don't tell me you don't know how to study. Where do I begin? Just begin. Just jump in anywhere and go. Like we can look up commerce. How about that? We can look up commerce. We can look up a bunch of stuff. But what we can't do is sit there and whine about, I don't know where to start. So I'm not going to start at all. That's ridiculous. You can't do that. You have to take responsibility for your information. Nobody's going to come, ring your doorbell and say, here's the outline for everything you want to know. Here it is. I did all the work for you. So you got to just review it. I tabbed it up, cross-referenced it. I even included all the definitions, so you don't have to do no work. Here it all is. Better yet, if you keep on messing around, somebody's going to run up on you and say, here, I got this chip. Let me put it in your head. Some idiot person is going to say, that's a good idea. Go ahead. No, I don't have to study. Because the thing is, just put a chip in my head. Stupid. But that's how we get, right? We don't want to study. This is all about taking responsibility for yourself. You're not babies. You want to act like a baby? This is not the place for you. This is about you taking responsibility. Guess what? How many people have been robbed since coming into this information? I was robbed big time. Had some real convincing arguments. Oh, let me help. Let me assist. Yes, let me help. You, not uplift on you. You. All right. But it was just so slick. Well, then every time, oh my God, they stole from me. So, anything more? Well, let me ask you, was you robbed before you came into this information by people who didn't claim to be Moors? I can bet you were. Our thinking is so warped. This is why Prophet Obadrelli said we have to study, because that warpedness, I just made a new word, that warpedness, it has to end. The only way it's going to end is if you decide I'm taking complete responsibility for myself, good, bad, and indifferent, and I'm going to study. I'm going to do some things based on my study. I might get it wrong, but if I study real well, I'm not going to get my behind in too bad of a situation that I can't get it out of. Because why? Because I got the information in my head. So I might make a wrong move, but I can reason my position and can't nobody trip me up because I'm basing my information and my studies on law and heritage and that unshakable lineal descent bloodline. You shake it, can't touch it, can't touch this. It's loud. Can't touch this. When it comes to the lineal descent bloodline, look, come to me with your little trust if you want to. I don't care if you were a Moor or a modern European, I can strip it away with lineal descent bloodline every time. Every time. Because the blood is what is the thickest of them all. and you can slay all of these immigrants on the Moroccan American soil in a minute if you stick with lineal descent, bloodline, and the law. What's the law on this one? What is the supreme law of the land on this land? The Moorish American Constitution. You know, I started saying, we don't understand the American Constitution, but I remember Dooley broke down how American is a derivative of Moroccan. So this would be the Moroccan Constitution that was drafted and comes from who? The Moroccan government. And you got stupid Moors talking about, where's our government? Did you do the etymology on the word American? Moroccan Constitution of 1791. Let me give you something. Everybody is always looking for the Moors. Where's the Moors? The Moors? Where's the Moors? I don't see nothing on Moors. Let me tell you, this is what study will do for you. How many people got Google Translator? I'm going to give you a big secret. This is an added lesson. It ain't no added lesson. How many people got Google Translator on their phone? Language translator. Just Google. Well, let me try it myself. You got to do this. I ain't doing this for you. I want you to get the moment I got. I'm choked, for real. How many people, tell me who got Google Translator up on their phone? You got it? How many other people? Come on, Google. Okay, go to Arabic language. Translate to English. When you get there, let me know. You there? Hold on. I'm sorry. Make it English to Arabic. English to Arabic. Tell me when you're there. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Who's there? Type in Moorish as a word to translate. English to Arabic. Did you do it? What did it come up with? What? Say it out. Say it out loud. What? Barbary. Barbary treaties. Oh my God! Woo! I fell off the bed. Literally fell off the bed. To see what little study will do, I did that by accident. Everybody looking for, where's the Moorish treaty? It's in the original language of the Moors, Arabic. It translates to Barbary. What did you get? And that was using, that was translating to what? And that's translating English to what language? Arabic, Saudi. And it translated to what? Tell me again. Yeah. Spell it. And but Madrid. That's the same word. That's This is Morocco. Maghreb, Al Aqsa. That's Morocco. And that's the only portion of the original name of this land that still remains. Al Aqsa, which they Alaska. Maghreb, Al Aqsa. But was this quite the revelation? Yes. Barbary, Morocco, Moorish, English. So that means that Moorish, and what do they be tripping at us, is an English word. The Barbary Coast or Berber Coast, so all those people in the Berbers, they're Moors, was the term used by Europeans from the 16th until the 19th century to refer to much of the collective land of the Berber people. Today the term Greater Tamazgha or simply Tamazgha corresponds roughly to Barbary. The name is derived from the Berber people of North Africa. So, how many people have ever gone into, oh gosh, where is it that we can go and find all of those treaties? What is the name of that website? Avalon. You know they have a Barbary series of treaties? Barbary series of treaties. So now, what are they telling you? Barbary is Arabic for Moorish, so this is the Moorish series of treaties. Who knew? Who knew? But you see what a little study will get you? So let's go back to what is a statute. What is a statute? Because you got to get this. Now, how many people have heard of Title 49? I talk a little bit about it. Title 49 of the United States Code. How many people know what that is? What is it? Title 49 is transportation. It has to do with all transportation, right? Title 49 is where you will find the motor vehicle safety program. And in this safety program, you will find the driver's license and registration. All right? Right? Title 49 tells you how to do it, right? Yes? So that would make, and that's a statute, right? Statute, ordinance, code, that whole thing, right? And you can find, how do you know it's a statute? They call it a code, but where are you going to find it? Title 49 is the written instructions that comes from the statute. It's a workable translation of the statute. So the code is a workable translation of the statute, but the code and the statute is administering what law? What law? Because remember, the only law in this land, supreme law of the land, right? Right? So where in the Constitution does this code statute, what law in the Constitution is this code statute administering? Nope. Constitution. Where in the Constitution is this administrating? What law is this administrating? You see, this is the trick that they play on you. They say, oh, it's the law. No, that's the statute or code. But what law is it administering? No, because that's C. Nope. I don't have mine. Somebody go to the Constitution. Who? What? Oh. Who? What? Oh. What? Where in the Constitution? What law in the Constitution does this administer? Because this is just the administration of it, right? We know this is the administration of it because if you go to any statute, any ordinance or code, actually statutes or codes are from a state and federal level. Ordinances are from a municipal corporation level. They don't even apply. They're void as it relates to people. Now, let me give you an analogy of why they don't apply. Because the cities, counties, towns, township, boroughs are all equivalent to a Walmart. Do the policies of Walmart apply to you? No. So these ordinances are written for who? The employees. Exactly. Are you an employee? Even if they say, oh, well, you know, because you got that birth certificate, you're an employee. Don't employees get paid? I never received a check. Did you? I am not an employee. I am not a member. I am not an inhabitant. I do not agree to be a party to any municipal corporation whatsoever. Now, can you stand on that statement? And what part of the Constitution protects that for you? What? Yes. And what Bill of Rights is that? The first Bill of Rights. The first Bill of Rights. Where? Now, the sister said earlier, she said in Connecticut, right? Well, we know that Connecticut is a corporation, right? Who? This is a corporation here too, right? Are we in New York? We are? Are we in New York? Are we in New York City? Are we in Manhattan? Anybody said yes? Anybody? Crickets. All right. So we're not in New York and we're not in New York City. Can they say, according to you being a member of New York, you have to? Can they say that? Yes, they can. They can. You know why? Because most people don't even know the first Bill of Rights. They don't know the first Bill of Rights. So when they, I'm a New York City employee and you have to do what I say, excuse me, but I have a right to associate with whomever I choose. Who are you? Who are you? I'm not saying to say that. Because, see, with them, you got to be careful. Because they're not very bright. You don't want to anger them and get into an unnecessary discussion. Unnecessary discussion that can escalate. So your objective whenever talking to a employee of the municipal corporation classified as a police is to get away as expediently as you can. That is your objective. I don't care if you've got to beg or cry. Your objective is to get away. You can deal with them once you are away. Don't challenge them, because if they were so smart, they wouldn't be police. I'm just saying, Dick Gregory said that. I'm not saying, this is not anything. Dick Gregory said that, and you can Google it on YouTube. Okay? All right? He said it. But think about it. Every police is nothing more than a walking scapegoat. Because when shit rolls downhill, who is it going to fall on? I don't want that job. I don't want that job at all. You couldn't pay me enough, and they don't even get paid enough, as from what I hear on TV. I don't know no police. But according to what the TV and the media say, they don't even get paid a lot. So what the heck are you doing that job for? I would rather be a security guard for real, without a gun, no power. So you ain't got no power really, because if I sue you, all your power is gone, like immediately, because they will cut you loose. Because they're not about to lose $1 million because you did what they told you to do. Now, how sorry you ever be to get in that situation, right? So anyway, the first Bill of Rights says that you can associate with whomever you want to. So how many people here is compelled to pay, give income to the state, to the county, to the borough, whatever they call in these places? Everybody's compelled to do that, right? And nobody takes these people to court. What is the basis for me having to give you my compensation that I earned by the sweat of my brow? That's not income. That's compensation for labor. That means they're taxing your physical energy. That's human trafficking. What are you getting in return? Did you sign up for something? No. Now, can they say, well, because you're in this area, we automatically got you. Really? Then that violates the first Bill of Rights. And I'm taking you to court. But before you take them to court, study up. Don't walk in there with your tail open and exposed, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So study up. So let's go back to what law is Title 49 Code Statute administering. Now, you might wonder, why is it a code and a statute? I can show you a little bit. This is the code. This happens to be Title 49. It's the section that administers the Motor Vehicle Safety Program. This is the breakdown of a title, all right? Now, it looks real neat and tidy, right? But it looks very similar in statute form. At the beginning of the statute, it usually has, is it hot in here or is it me? I feel like I'm melting. Okay, in the beginning, in the statute, I have the statute and I have the code. But the statute is the same thing, but in a different format. You don't have all of these references, and you see it starts out something by the Congress assembled an act, blah, 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 and then it has all of this stuff. So that's the statute. But the code is just the statute in a different format. But it's the same exact thing. So now if I want to know that this statute is for real, because see, the statute is the registry. You have to register these things. Go to a statute and try to find Title 26. You will not find it, because it's not law, not positive law. What? Yes, Title 26 is not positive law, so you will not find it as a statute registered, because that would be a violation of the Constitution, right? Because the Constitution says that everything, oh, did that come out of my book? Everything that's written has to be in harmony with the Constitution or it's void, right? So now if they was to write something in the statute registry that says, yes, I'm giving you permission to stalk the people, make a demand of income, take their personal property, abduct them off the road, and put them in prison, and hold them for X amount of Federal Reserve notes, ransom, until somebody comes and releases them. If there was a statute registered that says that, that would be evidence of human trafficking, right? So that doesn't exist, right? So now, oh, you. So now, what law is these statutes administering? Well, all right. I'm going to give you a break. I think it's in Article 3. No, I think it's Article 2. In Article 2, it says that Congress has the power to regulate interstate commerce. That's the law. Now, here's something for you to study. If you go and you look in this title code, here, see that right there? See October 16, 2008? That's when they either added or subtracted, all right? Right there, October 16. They either added or subtracted. Now, this is 2010, I believe. They had, I think the one before this was 1998, I think, 2004. But what I did was, I went all the way back. I went and pulled up the one, the Title 49 before this, all the way to the beginning. This was originally drafted in 1887, and it was called the Interstate Commerce Act. So, all this Title 49 is for people who do interstate commerce. It has its origins in interstate commerce, but everybody is told that they must get a driver's license and they must register their automobile, their private property, misclassified as a motor vehicle, right? But how are you engaging in interstate commerce? You see, this interstate commerce was originally drafted to regulate railroads, right? Did you know that they originally called the railroad car passenger car? What do they call your personal property? Passenger car. So you never know none of this stuff until you start researching it. Now, what really blew me away was, because this starts with trains, aviation, trucks, automobiles, all in here in this part 6, where they talk about these motor vehicles. And in that section, you'll find all the safety manufacturers. They must make the automobile with the seatbelt to protect the people, right? Not people engaging in commerce. Now, what really blew me away is Section 30101, Purpose and Policy. Purpose and Policy. reads, the purpose of this chapter is to reduce traffic accidents and deaths and injuries resulting from traffic accidents. Therefore, it is necessary, 1, to prescribe motor vehicle safety standards for motor vehicles and motor vehicles equipment in interstate commerce. Did you hear that? That's the purpose. The purpose of this registration and driver's license is for people who are operating in interstate commerce. Are any of you operating in interstate commerce? No. So what does this mean? Now, I did something. I called the Department of Transportation because in here it says that the Secretary of Transportation has jurisdiction over how this is administered. And if it is a court issue, guess what court has original jurisdiction? District court, federal district court, because this is a federal program. Now, I'm going to give you a little piece of something else, too. Look at my little tablets. They all raggedy. I hope I can find it. Now, the next time one of these municipal employees says to you, in the state of New York, you have to have a driver's license and registration according to the motor vehicle department, you can tell them, no, baby, because are just allowed to participate in this program. You don't own it. You're just administering it. This is a federal program. This is not a state program. It's a federal program. Y'all people can just participate, but you don't own it. So now, see what a little study will get you? But this was not no easy piece of studying. And we will be doing a class to go over all of it. But it will be very methodical. It will not be, oh, I'm going to come to this class, but I'm not coming to the next. Nope. Because we're going to get in deep to this. But so now we know the law. Does the code statute substantiate? The Congress is allowed to regulate interstate commerce, right? So we now know what a statute is. We now know what law this statute and code is administering, right? Yes? Y'all are quiet. What's going on? Did I blow your mind? All right. So, can we now reason that they are administering a federal program outside of their jurisdiction? Yes. Yes. So now, do we have grounds for suit? Yes, we do. How many millions and millions of dollars? How many millions and millions of dollars? Whew. How many people have read the Justice Department report on the Ferguson police? I read a couple of it. Did you read the 105-page report? No. Come on, y'all ain't studying. Tripping, studying. I want to read this section because I'm telling you, it floors me. Then we get back to this. This is the United States Department of Justice on investigation of the Ferguson Police Department. There's a section in here entitled Focus on Generating Revenue. What? doing this across the nation. All right? You can read the Ferguson report? What? Google it, baby. It's online. PDF, download it. It's free. Let me read it. The city budget for sizable increases in municipal fines and fees each year exhorts police and court staff to deliver those revenue increases and closely monitors whether those increases are achieved. City officials routinely urge Chief Jackson to generate more revenue through enforcement. In March 2010, for instance, the city financial director wrote to Chief Jackson that, quote, unless ticket writing ramps up significantly before the end of the year, it will be hard to significantly raise collections next year. Given that we are looking at a substantial sales tax shortfall, it's not an insignificant issue, end quote. Similarly, these are emails that's going back and forth within their corporate structure. Similarly, in March 2013, the finance director wrote to the city manager, quote, court fees are anticipated to rise about 7.5%. I did ask the chief if he thought the police department could deliver 10% increase. He indicated they could try, end quote. The importance of focusing on revenue generation is communicated to Ferguson Police Department officers. Ferguson police officers from all ranks told us that revenue generation is stressed heavily within the police department and that the message comes from city leadership. The evidence we reviewed supported this perception. Police practices is the next category. I'm going to read a little bit and I'm going to stop. I want to get back on track. The city emphasis on revenue generation has a profound effect on Ferguson Police Department's approach to law enforcement. Patrol assignments and schedules are geared towards aggressive enforcement of Ferguson's municipal code, with insufficient thought given to whether enforcement strategies promote public safety or unnecessarily undermine community trust and cooperation. Officer evaluations and promotions depend on an inordinate degree of productivity, meaning the number of citations issued. Partly as a consequence of city and Ferguson Police Department priorities, many officers appear to see some residents, especially those who live in Ferguson's predominantly African American neighborhoods, less as constituents to be protected than as potential offenders and sources of revenue. Human trafficking. This ain't just Ferguson. It's right there with the employees of the New York City Police Department Corporation, New York City Police Corporation. They do the same thing. It's all about generating revenue. This is Ferguson. Is the same thing happening here? Yes. Is the same thing happening up north? Yes. Is the same thing happening down south? Yes. It's happening across the nation. What is this telling you? It's saying that you people, we don't have a product or a service. So we're going to use y'all to get some revenue generated. Now, why is this? This is unconstitutional, but it's doubly unconstitutional. Do you know why? Because people these people, according to this, the states get to participate, right? Is there any state police? No. Can there be a state police? He says no, right? Why? No. Don't go there. Okay, no. Let's keep it simple. The states can't have police, right? Why? How many people know the definition of police? Speak up. No. 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 Y'all don't know the case law? Tallahassee versus Sac? What? Police are there to protect corporations. Right. Who are the state and the feds supposed to be protecting? The people. So can they have police? And they don't. A couple years ago, we analyzed, Congress did they had a committee on, what was it called? Over-criminalization. Remember when we analyzed that? And they said on record, Congress is on record saying, we do not have a police force. They don't have police. They can't. Constitutionally, they can't. Because that would mean that those police are there to protect the employees of the federal government who are charged with protecting the people. That's treason. So, the states, they're part of the Constitution too, right? They take an oath to the Constitution as well, right? So they can't have no police powers either. That's what they said. They have no police powers. State doesn't have any police powers either. But y'all probably think y'all was talking to a state police at one time or another, right? Until they gave you a ticket. Where did you go? Did you go to the state? Where did you go? All right. So that's a police impersonating a state employee. Tallahassee versus Sac. It's on the RVBey Publications website. Now, these municipal employees are making a demand of income from all of you, but they're going around administering the motor vehicle code on behalf of who? Who's allowed to participate? Who's allowed to participate? Speak up. The state, right. So now, the state doesn't have police power, so they contracted it to the municipal employees. Now, in here, there is a section on the funding that goes with this, so they're federally funded. Yes? Yes? So if they're federally funded, why are they demanding income from you? What is that called? What is that called? Double dipping. Double dipping. They're getting money from the feds and they're making a demand of income from you. That's double dipping. See what a little study will do? That's right. The way out is so So now, let me make sure I'm good here. Oh, I'm not. Hold on a minute. So, where am I? All right. So, why do the laws of the state not apply to Moors or people? Back to that. I kind of alluded to it. Why? How many people did their research on? How many people here listen to the Blog Talk Radio? Whether it's going on or you download, we got archives. So if you missed, you can go back to 2013 and listen to all the archives. They're free. You can download it to your phone. They're MP3s. When you download them, you can catch up. All right? So, how many people have been following us on our first Wednesday, fourth Wednesday, and if there's a fifth Wednesday? as we have been reading from the book White Cargo, Britain, what is it? I just can't. Britain's white slaves in America. How many people have been following it? That's all? Oh, y'all are missing it. Y'all, you need to go back. You need to go back and listen to it. You can, by the way, if you want to get a reminder of when the show is going to broadcast, go to moorishnews.wordpress.com and click on the bottom where it says follow. You can either put in your email if it goes to your phone, or if you know your phone email address. How many people know their phone email address? Yes. Send a text to your email, and you will get your phone email address. It'll be something like, on mine, it's whatever the number is, 123-1, no dashes. It'll be, 9 dot vtext.com. That's what it is on my phone. But you can find it by sending a text to your email, and it'll show up as your phone number and then the end extension. So if you want the message reminder to come directly to your phone, when you click on follow, put in that email address, and you will get a notification every time I publish a class syllabus, which I usually try to do, and I didn't get to do it today because I had a little bit of a malfunction. But as soon as I do it, you'll get the notification. It'll be there even if you want to listen to the archive. But those Wednesday classes, they chronicle how all of the companies got started on this land. Started with the Virginia Company. You thought Virginia was a state or a commonwealth. The company. Virginia Company, Plymouth Company, and the London Company. All the other companies come out of that, including New York and New York City. They're all companies, right? Don't take my word for it. You can Google the history, and it's right there. Like, don't sleep on Wikipedia, because Wikipedia has a section that says history. Go down there, and it'll tell you it was established or founded, settled. Those three words, established, founded, or settled, they all mean a company was started. And according to our reading and historical accounts, the employees of those corporations were slaves, white slaves. But since we know white is a brand, that would be modern European slaves, right? Today, these modern European slaves call themselves Americans, and they behave as though they have a superior claim on this Moroccan, and they don't. But they can push that agenda all day long if you don't know the history, the relevant history, not that bull crap that they've been telling you from 1492. Go back before 1492, because that's where the history gets real interesting. When did they say the slavery started? They say slavery for us is about 300-400 years old. And all of these institutions, that's all they talk about when they tell you about the black, so-called black history, is that Y'all came over here on the good ship Jesus from the coast of Africa, but this is Africa, so we never left. This is Africa, so we never left. There's sailing us up and down the Chesapeake Bay, or large bodies of water like the Chesapeake Bay. But those slaves that came over here initially and started us, built up all of them. They didn't build no mansions now. They built log cabins and lean-tos and stuff like that. That's what they built. Modern Europeans built that. But they was real raw, real raw. You got to go and listen to that. You got to catch up. Because when you start writing your writs, you need to include a historical relevant exhibit section complete with bibliography. How many people know what a bibliography is? Better learn. They taught it to you in school, right? But you probably didn't pay attention. Now you need it. So you're going to have to go back and teach yourself what is a bibliography and how do I include it in my writ. You know what a bibliography is? How many people don't? Don't be shy. How many people don't know what a bibliography is? Okay, I'm going to tell you. A bibliography is once you make your report, the last page, you list your source. It came from here. Now you want to go to that. You want to go to credible source. So you might want to check out the congressional records. You don't even have to go to the congressional records because you know what? Get that little white cargo. Because in the back he's got a bibliography and he lists every source of information, and much of that information comes from the state library and the congressional records or other verifiable sources. And if you don't have the book and you want to get into it now, go to moorishnews.wordpress.com and go down to last Wednesday's broadcast. On the bottom is a picture of the book, and underneath is a link that you can click on, and it'll take you to where you can download the PDF of the book. Me personally, I like hard copy. But until my hard copy got to me, I was reading the PDF. I'm one of those people, I like to write. I like to take notes. White cargo, just go to the moorishnews.wordpress page. I like to make notes. I need my notes. Look at this. You probably don't know what that means. I do. Can you see that? Can you see all of those notes in the margin, circled words, underlined, all this other stuff? Highlights. Look now, and I usually like to use red pens because red ink, you remember, and a nice bright highlighter. Red ink, you remember, and a nice bright highlighter. I take notes. I have questions. And if you continue reading and studying, your question will be answered. Now, some people are impatient. Let me just call up Anna E because I got a question and she can give me the answer. No. Find the damn answer yourself. Who got time to be on the phone? Giving you the answer that I already found. Take the initiative. Study. It's there. Just like I found it, you can find it. I am not special. And I'm not a leader. I'm not a leader. I have just found some information and I do not want to go to the grave with it. So I'm giving it away and hoping and trusting that whoever hears it can receive it and hang on to it and document it somewhere else and pass it on. Just keep a record for the young and yet unborn. I'm not taking this to the grave. So, white cargo? Oh, moorishnews.wordpress.com. All right, so Why do the laws of the state not apply to Moors or people? Do you have an idea why they don't apply? These are some of the answers. Why do the laws of the state not apply to Moors or people, not citizens, unconstitutional, stolen land, colorable, not under jurisdiction of state, not laws, statutes, ordinances, codes, violates liberty? But why? I just gave you a clue. Nope. All right. All right, here's the clue. Here's the clue. The clue is, we talked about the book White Cargo, right? In the book White Cargo, it breaks down so beautifully and so well done. You must get the book. Download the PDF. Please read it. It's a huge, huge chunk of information that's missing. You need to be able to write a historical relevance on the union state corporation or the municipal corporation that is stalking and harassing and extorting income from you. You must have a historical reference section so that you can substantiate that they are what? A company/corporation. Yes, they all come out of the three companies that were first established. The Virginia Company, the Plymouth Company, the London Company. Where were these companies chartered from? Do you know? Does anybody know? Listen, Charles II. It goes back even further than that. Actually, Charles II came later. The first charter, and it's in the book. I'm telling you, you got to go back and listen to these classes. One of the first charters was given by Elizabeth of Great Britain to Walter Raleigh. How many people have heard of Walter Raleigh? You got to study British history because British history is also your history because the British people are brutish Moors. They're your family. You got to know your heritage. Now today, just because the people who are writing today portray them as modern Europeans, that doesn't change the fact that they were Moors. Who are the original Europeans? Who are the ancient Europeans? What does the word Europe mean in Latin? Huh? Europa. Who is Europa? And she is who? She's a Moor. You got to know your heritage. You got to know your heritage. Europe is the English translation of Europa, which in Latin, that's who we talking about. Wait, Europa. You got to know none of this in your institutions. No, because those institutions were established to mentally condition you. This is the way it is. This is your history. You were slaves. No, you were the lineal descendants of the slaves. It's you. It's not me. But our people get so egotistical. Oh, yeah, I'm a lineal descendant of kings and queens. No, I am a lineal descendant of Moors, Moroccans born in America. That's why. You can't touch that bloodline. Who are you? Who are you a lineal descendant of? Because I'm going to tell you, if you hit these people with lineal descent bloodline, they can't touch this. I'm telling you, they can't. Who are their lineal descendants? According to White Cargo, modern Europeans were exported over here because they had a surplus of slaves. That's documented. That's not me speaking, that's documented. A surplus. They were a problem. thousands, tens of thousands of them was just whining day and night in the street. And the British Moors was like, I can't take this noise. Get them people and put them on the boat and send them away. Send them away. And guess what happened? Their own family members was like, I can get in on this trade. There's a head count. I'm going to round up all my brothers and sisters and mothers and cousins and aunts and uncles, and I'm going to send them to the colony. Because the more heads you could send, the more land they would give you. So they enslaved their own family members to be the governor. The governor, now let me tell you, I was watching this, I don't know, the universe just guides me to watch some of these historical series shows that are on. How many people have heard of this series called Outlander? Oh my God. See, I know the history. Just like with Magnificent Century. How many people watched the Magnificent Century? Magnificent Century was talking about Sultan Suleiman. He's a Moor. I know that story because I read it when I was a young girl because I was just a reader. My mother didn't allow us to go outside of the house at all. So I read. I read everything. And guess where I found all of this information? Historical romances. Believe it or not, historical romances. Now, let me tell you, y'all gonna look down your nose at these historical romances, but let me tell you, the readers of historical romances will cut you if you don't do your research and you be up in there talking like, yeah, they flushed the toilet in 1700. Oh, no. You will never sell a book again. The readers know more about the history than the author. So she has to have her I's dotted or her T and her T's crossed because one wrong reference, she's done. So I learned a lot about history from historical romances, which took me to research the Ottoman Empire, the Elizabethan time, the Scottish Moors, well, they're not really Scottish, but that's the modern word for it. You're going to have to look that up in Arabic. The Scottish Moors, the Irish Moors, the clans, the rivalry between the clans, which today, I can tell you, the rivalry between the clans is the same type of rivalry that's going on between family right now. They did it just because they could, and there was nothing else to do. So I'm going to mess with you today. It ain't serious. I'm going to come over here and steal your cow and rub that hair, and we're going to be eating that cow. And then tomorrow, you're going to come over here and steal my cow and rub the heck over here. And I'll be eating that cow tomorrow. Or I'll go over to your place and steal 10 cows and bring them over to my place and rebrand them with my seal. It was all done as harmless fun. Sometimes it got out of hand, but most of the time it was just harmless fun. Much like what's going on today. Man, you step on my sneakers, I'm going to have to take yours. Same thing, only we talk about sneakers, not cows or sheep. But I learned about the history, so I'm watching the series Outlander. And I've been trying to tell people, governor is just a boss. He's not somebody who can tell you what you can and cannot do. Not constitutionally. They have no power over you. So I'm watching this series, and there was this huge battle that went down in Scotland. Claudia, research it, because it's your history. If you check out that series, if you watch that series, Outlander, they're telling you your heritage, your families of Scotland. They're telling you their story. It's just that you got modern Europeans playing our family part. All right? Because if in the 1700s, in Great Britain, if modern Europeans were slaves, surplus slaves, chances are, not far, in Scotland, they were surplus slaves also. Right? And also in Ireland, chances are, they were surplus slaves there. So who were the Aboriginal indigenous people of that land that got ran off? Who? Moors. Moors. So I was watching this series, Outlanders, And they had this huge battle, slaughtering so many sons slaughtered. And the reason that the sons were slaughtered was because their leader guy was an idiot. Oh my God. He was a fool with a capital F. He was a fool. They planned this elaborate ambush that was supposed to go down at night. I want to quote Bernie Mac. And I got lost on the way to battle and called off the ambush. I was like, what? Oh my God. So this idiot decides, because I got lost, let's do this tomorrow morning. In the light of day, they got slaughtered. All the castles of the Moors, abandoned, empty, because all of the sons got murdered because of that idiot. He lived. He's on the outskirts of the battlefield, and when the stuff is flying and swords are swinging, he's ducking. Like, God, get me out of here. While all of the sons are slaughtered by the English, the infiltrators. Because you know English is the hybrid, right? English is the hybrid. So they got slaughtered, not just by the English, but by their own infiltrators, because guess what? Some of the soldiers that joined up with the English were traitorous Irish people, which means they were what? Traitorous Moors. So, gangs in New York. Yeah, I know. So anyway, 3 years they had this one son in prison. He was in chains for 3 years. And they had a changing of the management, so to speak. And somebody goes up to him, his name is Jamie, I think. Jamie, right? And they asked him, so, did you meet the new governor? It's a prison. I was like, oh, wow. So in 1751, the word governor really meant warden of a prison. The hell? Then I go reflecting back, oh my God, so that's right. You know why? Because all of these municipal corporations, these companies, all of these companies that were established, some of them joined the union. The ones that didn't join the union today are called city, county, town, township, boroughs. They did not join the union. But if you look at the past of these corporations, companies/corporations, they were prison colonies. Prison colonies, so the governor is a warden of the prison. They all have penal codes. So why do the laws of the state not apply to Moors or people in general? Because according to the First Bill of Rights, you have a right to associate with whomever you choose. And backed up, the 10th Bill of Rights says that the laws here are reserved for the state. Now, the state can't be a state unless it's got people, right? So that would be the members of the state. And then it says, and the people respectively. So, and the people respectively is talking about those people who chose not to be a member of the state. So unless you have chosen to be a member of the state, these laws don't apply, right? And guess what? All you Moors of African descent, you can't ever be a member of the state because the state was a colony and it was a penal prison colony, and the governor is simply a warden. How many of you knew that? Well, as I'm watching this series, I never thought that I would get all of this kind of information either. You'd be amazed at what piece of jewels will drop out of what. It's like you gotta always have what? Eyes to see, ears to hear, and shut your mouth, because if it's running, you can't see and hear nothing. So I don't ever hear nobody ever say, well, that was all another time because I'm a Moorish American actor. In some ways, that's true. But go to the history and the bloodline. Historically, you people were established as a penal colony company, and I was never a member, nor can I ever be a member, because I'm not foreign. I'm not an immigrant, and I didn't come over on any of your colony, penal colony ships. Become a member of a penal colony. That's their history. If you go up into any of the state statutes, you go and dig deep enough, you'll find penal. Sometimes when they give you these demands for income, they reference a code. Look it up. You'll be amazed at what you find that can substantiate human rights violations and human trafficking and double dipping and unconscionable enrichment. I'm telling you, you gotta look up that word, unconscionable enrichment. It is a beautiful word, unconscionable enrichment. It sounds real cool. I sound real smart. This is unconscionable enrichment. Look, if you're saying that you are a Moor, you better be on point with law. I don't want to hear no more trash about American laws. Like, yeah, do that. I don't want to hear no more trash about ESCOM or state of paper so I can discharge it. I'm not discharging nothing that's trying to brand me under human trafficking. I'm discharging jack. I'm giving you a penny. Well, I can bring it down to 35. No, not doing it. Not giving you a penny. Let's go to court. Oh, there's no local court. You know what? I'm going to find the most local court I can, and I'm going to push it until I get to the Supreme Court of the United States. Yep. And let me tell you, you do that one time. You stay steady. You stay strong. These people will never mess with you again because they know that you will take 5 cents and take it to the Supreme Court. You want 5 cents from me? No, let's go to court. You're going to spend thousands of dollars possibly if you know, if you want to go that route. You might spend thousands of dollars just to get out of paying a penny. It's the principle. I don't care. It's the principle. I bet you'll never mess with me again after I'm done. So yes, that $1,000 was well spent. But let me tell you what you don't want to do. I learned this. Stay with the Constitution. Don't go in there with the case law. Because let me tell you what they're going to do. They're going to play cards with you. You're going to put down a jack case law. They're going to put down a jack case law. And look at you. You're going to go scurry and find another jack case law. And they're going to put down a jack case law and look at you. And you'll be doing that all day long. I learned that. I was like, okay, I don't want to do this no more. I ain't doing this no more. Let's go to the Constitution. Show me the law based on the supreme law of the land, the American Constitution, 1791, that says that you can tell me what to do, when to do it, and where to do it. Show it to me where you can regulate my activity. Show it to me. Still waiting. I'm still waiting. See, when you come with the Constitution, they can't put down cars. You come with case law that puts out card after card after card after card. You be going back and forth with them for months or years. Waste of time. You don't accomplish anything. Well, you do. You do. You learn. Pay attention. Even if you lose a case, even if the case gets dismissed, don't beat yourself up. Don't cry about it. Learn from it. Figure out what it is you did wrong. Because, see, in strategy, if you lose the battle, you always got to do what? Retreat and build a new defense. And then come out with your Moorish scimitar. But it better be sharp, better not be no butter knife. Better not be no butter knife, boy, because you in trouble if it's a butter knife. I feel sorry for you. I'm going to have to sit back and watch a pawn get taken off the chessboard, and it's going to be a sad, sad day. But I learned the lesson. Honey, baby, let me tell you about the Godfather. The best and most deepest lessons you will get is from Godfather 1. Fredo, I love you, but don't ever take sides against the family. Or at the end of one, I'm gonna have to take you out. You never take sides against the family. Never, 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 never take sides against the family. These modern Europeans, let me tell you, you might get through with a banging wrist. Let me tell you what they're going to do, because this is their strategy. They're going to make you an offer. They're going to make you an offer. Now, you're a Moor, right? They're going to say, we want to settle out of court. So, how about if I give you this? This is $1 million. This is $5 million, $15 million, $100 million, $1 trillion. The entire deficit paid back to you in reparations. You don't want it? Don't you want your reparations? Here's your note. Let me tell you. You know how many sons went down because they demonstrated, that ain't no true Moor. You took some paper from IOU note. You took some paper IOU note. Y'all ain't no more. Take them out of here. They're going to try and buy you out using worthless pieces of paper. And if you accept it, you did not get the lesson that Prophet Noble Ali gave when he said, there will come a day when you will see a $20 bill on the ground and you will step over it. Why? Why? Because you are a lineal descendant of the heir. All of this is yours. What you want with a paper IOU note that can't even be paid with lawful money? What they gonna do? Give you more paper. You're never gonna get paid. And it's not about getting paid. It's the principle. The principle is always a human rights principle, and you can't pay me for that. So if you accept it, you sold out the whole family, which means you broke a cardinal rule. You took sides against the family. And so, Mama Nature is coming for your behind. I ain't got to mess with you. I ain't got to argue with you. I ain't got to spar with you, because Mother Nature is coming for you. I just need to get the heck out the way, because I don't want nothing that's coming for you. I don't want to be in the vicinity. I don't even want a part of the air that's going by to rush up against me. So I'm getting out the way. See ya. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to RVBey of RVBey Conversation. Well,
Yeah. This is crazy. You see these little earbuds? They're amazing. Can you hear me okay?
I don't know.
I don't know. This feels crazy, right? Listen, that was great. Can you get your starting in your hand, please? And so she ended with one thing I always say to people, look, whenever someone does something that you think is unjust to you, or you witness them doing something unjust, sort of trying to, physically harm someone in your face or whatever, you want to assist, of course, but do not try to get revenge on them. That is the hardest lesson. But it's a good one. It's a great one because you can't get past that. It's just like she said, coming to get you. Because vengeance is who? Mine, saith the Lord. It's very real. When we say, Lord, don't get into the religious thing because you understand what we're saying. It's the energy. So I know this is a Scorpion Taurus lesson because it is a Scorpion lesson because they like to get revenge. They're revengeful. And they got pinchers in the front and the tail in the back. This is your lesson. Who governs life and death in terms of death and regeneration? He's a Scorp and Scorp Taurus? You're what? Scorpio rising? And you're a Taurus? What? I didn't hear you. Huh? I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, you are difficult to deal with, are you not? Yeah, you are. Don't. You're difficult. You don't mean it, but you don't change. You don't budge. Don't let you get angry. It's not. You cannot take change on a dime. Well, you're here because they were trying to get you here for a minute. See, am I right or wrong? Thank you, guys. Listen, I know. You're not going to just say, oh, you're not the most spontaneous people. It's like and you don't let go of stuff that's the Scorpio side of the Taurus side. You won't let go of your habits, of the way you do things. But it's only because you represent the purpose of the season, the sixth sign of that season, spring. So to you, why should anything change? It's perfect, right? It's beautiful. Why y'all want to change stuff? I know. So still, what she just said was, when someone does something unjust to you, move out the way, she said, because the avenging angels or angles of light is coming. And when you're in the way, you want to get back. And then you're going to find yourself in this perpetual cycle of trying to get revenge, and revenge getting you and all that. Get out the way. That's what she was saying. But I also like the fact that she broke down the state situation, did she not? Do you see it? Do you understand why we are never and never could be? It's even written that that Amendment 13, that some words goes on and about Amendment 13. To still say you're USA citizen. You cannot be that. It was never established for you to be that. It's not, you can't. But they get the numbers, don't they? By you saying, yes, I'm a citizen of the state or whatever. Oh, great. They get a whole lot of other stuff too, but this is important and imperative because at these times, as you already know, with all the stuff going on and the slander going on, and this guy out here talking about you got to make your allegiance to a state. No, this is what's happening. Not allegiance to your family, which is what political allegiance is. You've got to make allegiance to a state or else you're a stateless person. And but to a state? Do you understand? There's so much more that goes with that as well. We've been saying it forever about this damn birth certificate redemption. When are people going to see that it's an instrument that proves human trafficking? That's why you're not supposed to let go of that, as the prophet would say. Don't let go of that old name because it proves human trafficking. So you want to go and authenticate it? What is that all about? Authenticate? Oh, so you want to authenticate the human trafficking document? Okay. But we understand why we do it because we don't know any better. Because we believe that it's something that it simply is not. And upon study, you find what it really is. In the meantime, you got to fight all your friends and family. Yeah.
You can never sit and they try to make this like the bad thing, but
on from your perspective because he was never ever really like what was it, across state lines or something, because we're never really a slave, period. You understand? So the Dred Scott, what was it about? It was about one state saying that we're a free state and the other state saying we're not a free state, so therefore.
No, Dred Scott was where the Moor wanted to be judged by the laws of the state, but he can never be a member of the state. So what would he, and that was 18, so Constitution was already in effect. So what he should have been calling on was the Moroccan Constitution, but he probably didn't even know about that.
Questions? Any questions for Sister Anita before we close out?
Talking about the authenticating of the birth certificate, right?
Yeah.
If somebody has already done it, how do you get out?
Always. You can always, the last thing you write is the last thing on record. But now, can we ask this question, though? If you know someone did it with you yourself or whatever, we know that there's like a few options, and some people, they, at the end, it's three steps or whatever. You know, everything is three, by the way. Always look at three. Always, always. That's why it's 3 degrees and all that. You know what I mean? You haven't arrived until you get there. The third step is to have the State Department, the Secretary of the State Department, and then they'll ask you to apostille it, because apostille is just a glorified notary. That's all that it is, right? And then they'll ask you what country you're using it in or something like that. And then they'll say someplace, nobody ever says the American land. So technically, you just dropped your ancestral estate. That's the slickness of it. Well, I won't say slickness. That's the stupidity of the people, or that's the lack of knowledge of the people, that they just now said, oh, I ain't got nothing to do with the American land, because we are raised to believe that. So I don't know all the ramifications, but I mean, I know those 3 steps right there. So you just have to reverse that. You just have to write something. But see, this is the problem. People follow those processes because someone told them. They can't even begin to know. You know, you would begin to know, but I'm just saying they can't begin to know how to reverse that, because they never really knew what they were doing when they did it in the first place. They just did it because he told them to. So now it's like, oh, well, now that's not what it is. Oh, what do I do? But a lot of people won't know how to reverse it. You may know because you know certain things and you can pass it on to someone, but that's what the sister is talking about. Do you know why? Do you know this? Do you know why this is? Do you know why that is? Like, we have to be like children, asking those questions, because if you know why, then you know how you need to go back and reverse it. But then if you really knew, you would have never done it. See, this is where we're in this special place. And we want people to forgive us or to understand why we're doing what we're doing, because, well, we've been enslaved, and, well, they miseducated us. And, well, we say, if it's a law, don't make it, it's no excuse. That's real talk. That's the real talk. So stop being sorry for yourself. Stop being victims of this crap. Stop saying, I know that I'm a victim, and then don't do nothing about it. So I would just reverse it. The last affidavit is, and here's the power. The judicial notice and proclamation says everything that anybody needs to say. The rest you need to do. There's no need to change it. There's no need to add to it. There's no need, that's unity, family. If you read that and understand that, you would know what to do. So that's how you do that. Last thing on record is, that's why they say affidavit has to be rebutted. Because if they write something about you, whether it's your job or whatever, and you don't put something on file against it, I don't really give a daggone where it goes. If it's just in the file at the employee's office, it's got to be rebutted. Because when it's revisited or visited, what did you say about what they said? Nothing. Oh, then that means that you agreed. No, I don't agree. It doesn't matter what the outcome is going to be, but you won't get the favorable outcome until you do the right thing, which is rebut it. Because law won't allow you to do that. You can't get a benefit from something that you don't put into. Not going to happen. And then the doors will open up. Only then. Yes, can you turn it up? Uh-huh. Your sons live in England? Yes, well, I'll let Anna Edie answer that one for you because her family's from England too. No, not England. Right. Her sons have great, what part?
But where does your family come from?
Birmingham.
I mean, but they're Moors.
That's the connection for the people in England.
It's not based on where you were born. It's based on the lineal descent bloodline of the family. That's just sanguine.
In the blood. Right. Yeah. And a lot of people come from the Jamaican, Caribbean. They're the ones that are in Great Britain right now. And that's their connection. So he's in Great Britain. His family and his care of mailing is whatever that is in Britain. Great Britain. That's it. Yeah. Well, yeah, but no, that's where he is for now. Or it could be wherever you are, yeah. Yeah, because his family connection, remember, is north, south, central, and the adjoining island. So most of the family in Great Britain now is from somewhere in those islands. That's it. That's what they'll find. If you, when you was asked, you went straight to it. That's the connection.
I have a 6-year-old son. His mother does not wish to. Yes.
Right.
Father of
I sire. Why? That's a they use. Not a good one? Means you have knowledge of a child being born. Okay, well, what definition did you look at? Because that's the one I looked at. Yeah, I think so. But it mentions you have knowledge of a child being born. That's not okay. I got to look at the definition again. Go ahead.
This child, who I claim is my son, his mother, who gave birth to him with her eggs, does not wish.
Because I don't have any.
Because I don't have any. Does not wish to nationalize. What can I do?
Nothing. Sorry to tell you, but nothing. Nothing. The condition of the child is based on the mother. Nationality is bloodline that comes from the mother. When the female went into the egg, there was no blood exchange. That's what we miss about nationality and why we can't have the greater respect. Therefore, we can all learn to respect each other better, which is why it's sad, because you can't escape that fact. And everybody has tried because we've been taught.
This Sunday on Sister Standing on Law at 1 o'clock, we're going to be digging deep into this. And please, don't get all in your feelings, because the information that's going to be unfolded on Sister Standing on Law is why these corporations all around the world is able to profit off of us. And if we do not receive this correct information, we're not going to make it out of this. It will truly only be for the young and the yet unborn, because if we don't want to receive it, we can be tracked as a lost generation. We ain't going to make it. We're going to get wiped out. Modern Europeans don't play mother against son until there's no more of us, because we won't receive this information. Okay, you learn how. It's like this. You're exactly as long as you get in your feelings about it, you're a pawn that they're going to use to generate revenue. The question you have to ask yourself is, do I want to support and build up my family, or do I want these corporations to no longer exist? Those are the only two options. Those are the only, because see, once you got to recognize it's not about giving anybody bad feelings. We all got to heal. Mothers got to heal, sons got to heal, because we created a mess. And we're paying for it. And we have got to make the decision that we're just going to suck it up, mother and son, and we're going to fix it so that we don't have to suffer like we're suffering right now today, no more.
And you don't have to suffer like you're feeling right now about your feelings, no more, because it's not personal to you. It is a groomed condition that was laid upon you, upon us all. That's what it is. And the information, right, false information. And the hard part, which is really hard, for you to receive that, accept that, and wash that off, and then walk into the arena. So you got to do it. We got to do it. Sisters got to do it. Everybody's got to do it. It's the mother and son relationship that they have maternal on is based on that information that they say runs the world. Why? Because they know the relationship and they know you don't know it. And so there, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't feel good. But unfortunately, when we say you got to get out of your feelings when it's not personal to you, it's just the way it is. Or else, I think you put it very well. They're going to take advantage, continue to take advantage. Somebody had their hand up.
I don't know the best way to say it.
Sure, I feel it too. We just got to watch it up.
Kill them with kindness. You know, sometimes you go above your problem. You know, you can just like look down and be like, well, that's what you want to do, but do it. Let me help you.
How much damage? You mean with the sister? You mean with the mama? You mean with the baby mama? Oh, right. Sometimes.
Look, y'all need to call in on Sunday, okay? Because this ain't just for the sisters. But I'm going to tell you right now, what you're feeling, what I'm feeling, what sisters are feeling, you have to recognize it's a psychological attack. It's PTSD. No, it's so much more than that. This is a systematic, mental, psychological damaging. All of us are participating in it. I have 6 daughters. I can't go back and give them the right information. So I got 6 daughters that's going to continue this misinformation. I'm going to have to take from now until the end of my life to slowly recondition them to the truth, or they're going to pass it on to the next generation. And this information, I'm sitting on 3 generations. I'm 1 generation, my daughter's another generation, my grandchildren are the 3rd generation. There's 3 generations. I can see the psychological damaging. And I'm psychologically damaged, and I'm just recovering. And my daughters, they're still in it. My grandchildren, they're going into it. So we got to put our feelings on the shelf and fix it. Because if we don't, everybody's going to have 3 generations deep of psychological damaging. I'm in it. I got 3 generations right now. My mother is gone. While she was here, it was 4 generations. We've got to end it. And it's going to be some hurt feelings, but it ain't just hurt feelings for sons, let me tell you. It's going to be some hurt feelings for the sisters, too, because they're going to have to reflect on what they were doing based on misinformation, and it ain't pretty. Not pretty. So, everybody, make sure you join us this Sunday. Have yours. Don't even bother with tissues. Get a washcloth. You're going to be crying. And wherever the pain is, that's where the healing is, as I young Lewis say. Because I feel you. You just broke way down. And then some brothers will be upset at everybody around them and then mad. I'm going to have to redirect that. Yes, invocation out. Time to go. Who would like to do the prayer out? Right? Who we got? He left. I don't know. No, we got to do the prayer out. 1 second. Stand right back there for 1 second. Okay, well, he didn't leave. Hold this. Got it. Ready to run? I'm right behind you. Oh, hold on. Huh? No, not yet. We just waiting for the invitation out, and then I have to play the program music, and then we'll be. Oh, come on now. I can't hear you. I just stand next to him. Okay. On this side.
All right. I'm not Father of the universe.
I'm not Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth. Christian. And justice. My protector. My guide.
My God.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
My night. In my day.
In that day.
Who is holy prophet.
Who is holy prophet.
Who I lead.
Who I lead.
Yeah.
Wow. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Hold on.